Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a bit of a follow-up from the introduction. Can you make the switch? Can you leave the rat race and live a productive and happy, healthy life? How is that transition done, and will it work for you? Now, a recap on this for myself. Like I said, I didn't just come to this conclusion and saw some miraculous light and chose this path. I was kind of forced into it, like a square peg down a round hole, I've said before. So it was forced, but I'm able to share now my mistakes with you and go from there. So can you do it? Can you personally do it? Well, I don't know your situation, but I will say this. Me personally, I've always wanted to go to Asia, and I wanted to, the way I was going to be there with a significant, great amount of money. And I looked at everything as a loss when I made my transition, hence part of the depression, etc., etc. However, I'm there now. No, not right now, when I go there, okay? And I'm going there again very shortly. So that's a reward. That's rewarding life. I'm able to experience that now. Now I don't have my mansion there, and I don't have maids for my maids, okay? But I live a very comfortable, relaxing life there, you know? And when the winters are cold here in Canada, it's beautifully warm there. The food is cheaper, that's healthier, it doesn't have all the preservatives. I go on and on and on. So for me, I would have looked at it, let's put it this way, if my scenario was I was hardly making any money, what have I got to lose? And I go there, okay, great story. However, what I'm trying to say is my situation was I was making significant good money. I felt like I could not make that transition. I could not go there yet because I haven't reached a certain level that I needed to go there, which is stupid if you really think about it, because I wasn't going there. Now that I haven't reached that level, not even close to that level, I'm there. Okay, so putting that in perspective, can you do it? Well, I would argue everybody can do it. Now, that doesn't mean everybody has the same goals as me, okay? They may want to go somewhere else, or they have different kind of goals. But if you have anywhere close to these kind of goals, then yeah, you can do it, you know? And I mean, I've known people personally, okay, that went abroad and they had nothing. So they went on nothing to lose, you know, and they packed a hand carry bag and that's it. And they had nothing, no ties left, and they only had their old age security. In fact, they would leave, not their old age security, their CPP benefits, and they had to wait a couple years before they got their old age, and they were living there on, you know, $500, $600. Now, I'm not suggesting that, and I'm not even condoning it. I'm not saying that, but it is possible, and I will make future videos on how they do it. Now, my point is putting everything in perspective, and I can kind of see it because my career, where I was doing for a while, there was property management, and I've seen a lot of people that were barely getting by, you know, and even if their pensions were kind of good, I looked at their quality of life. Some of them, and I can give you quite a wide range, you know, from very poor to sort of middle class. They had the nicer furniture, the nicer TV, and nicer vehicle, but that's all they could really afford to do, you know, and not really do much. They couldn't go traveling. They couldn't really do anything. I would call it just kind of waiting. So that isn't really a goal of a successful goal in my opinion, okay? Now, again, so it really depends on your goals, and what I'm getting at is the difference. Can you make that transition, getting off the wheel, the rat race, and changing your life 100%? 100%. Is it scary? Oh, 100%. And was I brave enough to do it? No, I wasn't, okay? I got forced into it. And so I would love to sit here and tell you, oh man, I was the hero, okay? But no, I'm not by any means. I got forced into it. But I'm here now is to share a lot of my mistakes. But more importantly, because I don't like to focus on mistakes, I do share them for you so you don't make the same ones. But I want to share the fact there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can actually really enjoy the simple qualities of life. You know, again, myself, I do enjoy trying different meals and cooking different things. I like to play around with some art ideas, you know, and these are things now that I find I will have time for and do. and enjoy the whole different life quality of different cultures. And it's amazing. It's just super amazing. So can you make the transition? The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes. Okay, because there's many details that you have to go through and figure out what's good for you. Okay. I'm more than happy to reach out and reply to any of your questions or anything like that, and how, but you need to know that it is possible, okay? And I will be sharing my trip, my journeys, my costs, my rents, my foods, all these kind of things, okay, in the future. My first thing is you got to realize every moment that you figure you can't is based usually on fear, okay, or being stuck in your comfort zone. And these are areas that you need to address and understand, okay? Prior to me doing this, actually, I thought I was going to have a stroke way prior to doing this, and I wasn't even letting anybody know. It ended up being tension, anxiety, and didn't realize if I would have looked into it a little bit more, I would have realized, well, if you're about to have a stroke, you're going to have one. It doesn't last for months and months and months, okay? In any case, what I'm trying to make is I had a lot of warning signs, many years of warning signs, and I ignored them. And quite frankly, I think I lost out on many years of quality of life. Money isn't everything, and I know that's a stupid cliche. I'm the last person that would have seen the value in that years ago, whereas I do now, okay? And that is what I'm hoping to share here with you, and that is the purpose of my channel, and showing you the different lifestyle you can have. Now, it's not going to be the mansion, so I have a very simple place. I find cheap places to rent out there, but for me, sleep is important, so I try to find quiet ones. I don't want to live middle of nowhere. I still want to live life. I want to go explore, and the difference there is, for example, a little bike out there, a little scooter, couple hundred pesos on fuel, that's $3-4. You can go all day on this. What can you do here on all day on $20? You're not going to get nowhere on your fuel costs. So this is more on the fact of me going abroad, of course. Yeah, so that's where life is cheaper compared to North America. So other people might have other views. They want to stay here and still experience the same things. Well, there are different ways you can do that as well. But they're different sacrifices. They're just that simple. You have to look at things differently, and what investments do you want to go into? What can you do investments? Can you downsize on a house? Can you go to a different location in the province? There's many, the whole goal here is you have to analyze. There's two factors, I would say. You have to analyze what you really want, of course. But, that's a tricky one, because deep down, a lot of these things that you think you want are really not what you want, okay? Then you have to look at what is the sacrifice for that, and what are you based on fear and not being able to try? What's holding you back? What are the fear aspects of that are holding you back? What is the doubt? I'm over analytical. I analyze things to death. I try to do a lot less just because my brain will explode, but you need to really figure out what it is that is worthwhile. And that's what I'm trying to really express here and share. And the rat race is not worthwhile in most cases. I can't think of a scenario, unless you maybe have an end goal. You say, okay, look, I'm going to do this for a couple of years, and this is going to be the result. That's a tough one. I don't know how many people can do that. I've known millionaires, old millionaires, and are super rich, and they still quiver over a few $100s, and it's sad to see. But that's the bred in them, and I kudos to them. They've done. I've known people that came to this country with absolutely nothing, and they're multimillionaires, but yet I see them not really enjoying life, and that's painful. That's sad. So, but again, I want to make it real clear. I can appreciate it because I've seen it on both sides. Even I know these people when I had my career, and I'm thinking, well, I'd never be like that. I can't wait till I reach my goal. I can't wait till I'm there, and then I'm going to enjoy my life, okay? But I was on the flipping circle, okay? I was on that wheel, I was stuck there. Okay. So big difference. Okay. Big difference. When you're stuck there, you think you could never get off. And what I'm trying to tell you is you can. Okay. And more importantly, don't wait till you get pushed off, forced off. Okay. Because that can be a hard hit. So that's the purpose of my channel. And a lot more positive stuff, okay? Because kind of right now, this is, for me, not so positive because it makes me rehash all the things I feel like I've lost, etc. I just want to really give you the contents and the flavor of everything, if you will. You know, but there's a lot of beauty in life and the simple things. You know, there really is. You know, there's foods and simple beaches and joys and sunsets and everything else, man. Of all these things, I laugh because I tell you right now, if you would have told me this years ago, that's what I'd be doing in the back of my head. I'd be laughing, okay? I'd be laughing at myself. I think you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, so I get it. Anyway, I do get it. I understand. So I'm trying to share all these things with you so you get a really good picture of where I've been and where it's going. So join with me. I'm probably going to make a lot more mistakes in my life. Hopefully they're not going to be so devastating. But you can get off the rat race. You can enjoy a lot of simple things. And I'm going to share, I think, a few costs. I'm going to make the next video on actual costs, the difference of cost in where I go, and I choose the Philippines when I go. So that'll be my next video. Hope to you guys follow along, and everybody take care.